Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's J Hooves here, bringing you another episode or part or whatever I'm doing with this of Kerbal Space Program. And if you remember last time, we had a less than successful flight to begin with. Messed up on the staging and ended up crashing into the launch pad. We learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't mess up the staging. Anyway, at the end of the episode, you might remember me making that flight and getting all that research done, but when I splashed down, it ended up crashing, and for some reason the audio just cut out for the game. Oh well, that shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, when it splashed down, it kind of broke, and all of the mystery goo containment units kind of went into the ocean and floated there, and I wasn't able to retrieve them. Well, I found out, I came back and went to the tracking station and found out that right here where it says debris, I could have just gone in there and retrieved them all. And so I did that off camera, and I got all the science from that. So if you look over here at this number, it's slightly higher than it was before. Still wasn't able to get anything in this row here of the tech tree, but that's why I have slightly more science. So I just had to collect those with the debris option. Well, I'm just going to get started here. Go into vehicle assembly. Gotta load up the J Hooves Mark 1 and see with my new stuff how I can kind of make that a little better. Now, one of the things we got was the radial mounted parachutes, which will actually make it so that we don't crash nearly as bad when we actually land this thing. So that is a lot better than it was, so I'm just going to stick the parachutes here. That way when we actually land, it won't be such a horrible destruction mess. And let's see, what else did we get? Sorry, I've forgot some of the stuff because it's been a couple days. Let's see. Alright, and we got a couple new engines. That's right. We got a new solid fuel booster, which we will actually use to replace this. And the difference between the solid fuel boosters and this engine right here is that the boosters can't be throttled up or down. They're just at a constant rate, and they push fairly hard, as you can see by the thrust in the information. Whereas these ones only have about 200. So that is the difference with these boosters. That's why you kind of want them on the beginning stage so that they can help lift off a little better. Alright, I'm going to call this one just Mark 2. See how far we can get with this one. Just a real quick check to make sure all the staging's correct and we don't die horribly. Okay, so that should be good. I'm wondering if I should try and put it into an orbit this time. I'm thinking not. I think I'm actually going to try and aim for the desert to get a little more information of other places in the world. Alright, well there it is. Slightly less pitiful than its earlier version. Alright, I gotta turn SAS on so that we go in a straight line and don't crash. Okay, and liftoff. Yeah, that is having considerable more boost now that we have those new solid fuel boosters. As you can see, we're getting speed a lot faster. But they are significantly louder. This is ridiculous. Jebediah is very happy about the new addition. I'm glad I haven't killed him yet. Kind of surprised with the amount of explosions that have just been in 1.5 episodes, I guess. By the way, referring to the episode and a half last week, that was all recorded in one session, but I had to cut it in half basically, because to upload the entire thing in one session would have taken, it said about, oh, forgot to take off the booster so we don't have as much dead weight. To upload the entire thing would have taken, it said about 12 hours, while uploading each individual part would have only taken 20 minutes as a whole. Don't quite understand that. So that's why it was kind of split up. This one I'm timing to be about 20 minutes or so, just to kind of not have a overburden of information. Alright, we're gonna aim for that desert patch right there, that yellow part. Alright, so bringing up the orbit map. Oof. We may actually aim for the pole here, the North Pole, since it's kind of a, or the South Pole, since it is kind of a wonky angle. Not quite sure what's going on there. So we're just going to speed up time until we reach the apoapsis. Alright, now that we're there, head towards, here you see that, this is prograde, that direction I'm going. And if I do that, then the arc will actually widen to get a better orbit. Alright, just speeding up to try and widen this. See how far we get. Seem to be aiming for that island there. Oh, I think we ran out of fuel. Alright, well, never mind, I guess. Let's see if we can actually get any science from up here. We really can't. Not all that much, at least. A crew report? Okay, so we can get a crew report from this. It's very round. It's very good observation. Referring to Kerbin, obviously. Alright, so a new crew report. Let's see if we can get a new EVA report from Jebediah here. We cannot. That's already had. By the way, how science works is that you do these different experiments in different places. So, say if I did one before, like, over there at the space station where I would launch, I'd get different data than if I landed over there in the desert. Like, that's how it works, and even different parts of an orbit. Like, if I was on the other side of the planet, above a different part, then it might give me different information than if I was over here. That's why you can use the same instruments, but get different results in different places. Alright, since we're here and really can't do anything, I think I'm going to speed it up until we get to a different place. Oh, forgot to throttle down so I can actually speed up time. Alright. I'm just going to speed it up here and get to... I sped it up too quickly, and we crashed into the surface of the planet. God damn it. I hate when that happens, and now I'm doing this. Alright, well, that was really unsuccessful. Alright, well, I'm going to restart that flight, and I will get back to you when I'm at the top of the orbit again, and hopefully not have that happen again. So, just gonna make a real quick jump cut. Okay, due to the fact that this craft is infuriatingly hard to control, Obviously this is not the same type of flight that we were having before. For some reason, some unknown reason, it seems that this thing cannot go in a straight line to save its god-forsaken life. Oh my god. I have little to no control over this thing. So basically I'm at the mercy of wherever this thing wants to go. Didn't even make it into an orbit, if you would like to see that. Yep, complete opposite direction of which we were going before. This ship was an utter failure. I have no idea why it has no control. And it's infuriating. I was hoping to at least make it to that island, but we may just end up in the ocean. Which I guess would be fine. Right now, I'm trying to make adjustments. I'm trying to actually pull up a little bit so that we're not nosediving into the ocean. But as you can see, it's not actually doing anything. Like, you can see it wobbling. That's everything I've got. This did not end up as planned. Oh well. I'm gonna pull the chutes here. As you can see, the radial ones have deployed. I think I've deployed them too early, so they aren't fully going yet. And here they go. Hopefully they don't rip off. Okay. That went kind of poopy. But at least we now can do some more experiments with the mystery goo. And possibly a new crew report. Take an EVA report as well. Alright, he's got some new stuff. Well, that didn't go overly well, but at least we got some new information from it. I'm just going to speed it up so that it goes into the water quicker. This time it shouldn't explode. Notice how I said shouldn't. Very well could. And it didn't. Alright then, that went well. I can actually see the ocean floor. If you look right there, there's the shadow of the little craft here. Let's take some samples. There's some new stuff. Obviously not a lot. Oh, nope, don't wanna. Just gonna take another EVA report. Keep it. Take the surface sample. And recover the vessel. This flight did not go as planned. Oh well. Alright, well, just gonna go in there and go to the tracking station and retrieve the pod itself in order to get more science. There we go. That's a good amount. I should be able to get something new from that. Alright, so let's look in the research and development area. And I'm gonna grab I'm definitely grabbing flight control. I'm actually gonna get science tech. I know I'd need the control, obviously, but with science tech I should be able to get enough stuff to be able to get flight control pretty much immediately after, so I'm gonna get science tech. Let's open new stuff. Landing, which will be useful when I start doing space planes, but that won't be for a little while at least. Some more space exploration stuff like the processing lab. I'll explain what that does when I get to it later on. and electricity like solar panels and some lights, which will be useful for orbiters and landers and satellites. So I'm probably going to head for control next, but as of now, I think this episode is done. The flights went terribly. The spacecraft that I made was horrible. Had literally no control. I couldn't do a single thing about it, and basically was just a firework waiting to happen. It was a light show that the only reason it didn't explode was because I had enough parachutes on there to freaking suffocate a blue whale. So this didn't go as planned, but oh well. I think we're done here. I'll make a new vessel on the next episode and fly it and get enough science to get more control over it. Well, this has been a interesting episode, I guess. And the audio cut out again. I don't know why this happens. I think it has on an audio loop. Anyway, this has been Jay Who's bringing you some more Kerbal Space Program, and I will see you guys next time.